with this book, I like to say that one of the main goals I've been trying to go with this book is to publish it right before graduation. I failed miserably at that. I did not get this book published before graduation. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the reason why I wanted to do that so badly is because I want people in the high school to hear me, to say, "Wow, you wrote a book. Nice job. You're the coolest." All that good stuff. So that's basically why I kind of know one of the reasons why I wrote the book. And when I failed to do it before graduation, it was pretty upsetting. I was kind of angry about it, saying that, oh man, I'll never get this book to be heard around the school. But then it took me a while to realize that the high school was just a small audience. So compare hundreds of people from high school to hundreds of thousands of people throughout the entire country. And I think that's a pretty good deal if you ask me. I mean, a wider audience. In other words, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, in other words. And I was kind of surprised that it was no longer in disguise as the years go on. And I feel very proud of it too. It doesn't have to be just in my high school; it can be all over the place, and that's why I feel great about it. And so with that, I just wanted to say that about the book is that writing a book is incredibly easy. With the graphics design, the editing stuff, and the getting the words into paper. I mean, all that is extremely easy. You just gotta have a big team and stuff. The only hard part about writing the book is to get the darn thing in written form, and that's basically it. If you love writing, then this should be no problem for you. And like I said, anyone can write the book. The only problem, the only tough part is just writing the book. Just like artwork, anybody can do art. The only tough part is doing the artwork. And that's what I can say when it comes to encouraging on writing the book. So with all that, I would like to say that everyone has a disability. It doesn't have to be being deaf or being blind or having autism, having Asperger's. It doesn't really matter if you have that. I mean, what matters is that we all kind of the same, except we all have different challenges here and there, and have amazing abilities that we can accomplish so that the whole world can see. So my message to you is saying, never diss your ability. And if you put that into your head, you'll remember that and make use of that advantage ability, or could turn your disability into extraordinary ability. That's what it says right here on my tagline: discover disability, change into extraordinary ability. There's some questions I can answer, and I'll have the time to do that. Yes, you?
You said that writing was easy. It was just kind of a matter of getting it in the right form.
Correct. Yeah, kind of.
How would you encourage others that want to do something like you did that are blocked?
Excellent question. Yeah, I've had some writing blocks here and there, because that's like one of the worst things that can happen to a writer is having these blocks. So I'll give you a little tip. If you want to write, some books or a book, as a matter of fact, try naming some of the chapters of the book, and that way you can add on to the chapter. Like, for example, if you make like a fictional book. For example, you can write a chapter that says beginnings, and somewhere along the line you can just say revenge, or another chapter that says the return. These are just little examples that you can use, and you can add on to what these chapters titles mean. So that's what I would say. Other than that, music is definitely one of the fields that I like to do whenever I get stuck. To me, I think it's kind of like a fuel to me, to keep on writing, to keep on encouraging too. Because when you listen to good to listen to music, you'd be feeling like, man, I'm doing this. I can accomplish so much with this. and that's why I kind of feel too. I'm sure a lot of people would feel kind of the same. Any other questions? And yeah, you.
What is your book Population 1 about? What does that mean, Population 1?
Excellent question. So yeah, so when I first wrote the book, at first I wrote it because I was upset and I was kind of sad in a way, because a lot of acceptance is just pretty hard in high school too. It's hard to fit in and hard to try to get your voice heard and stuff. So I felt like a population of one. But then later on, as I keep on writing the book, I kind of decide to change the meaning of the saying "population one." It's not just saying that you're the only person in this earth. It can be a whole bunch of people in different planets in one galaxy. So that's why I kind of feel like we are a population of one, and no matter what the different disabilities that we have, or unique abilities, or the extraordinary abilities that we have, no matter what we have, we're still a population of one. Take care of each other and all that good stuff. Yeah, you.
Did your father help you with the book?
I did all this on my own. He did encourage me, saying, "Hey, Tyler, you should write a book someday." And it was kind of some examples. I decided to try to take it into action form. So I said, "Hey, Dad, I wrote a book," and he said, "Yeah, great, son. That's pretty nice." And then he learned that it was actually a full-on 400-page book.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing from a dad's perspective, right? Is sophomore year of high school, Tyler comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I've got a book that I wrote," and it's like, "Well, man, that sounds great, being a supportive dad." And I said, "Well, can I read it?" And he says, "No, it's not done yet." And so he came to me in his junior year saying, "Okay, Dad, I think I'm ready to read it." So again, you look at it and say, "Okay, well, how many words is it?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Well, on your word processor, you can do word count. And why don't you go do that?" And he's like, "Well, it's about 42,000 words." And I'm like, "Wow, okay, that is something." And so it all purely was on his own. And all I did was, knowing nothing about the publishing business at all, it just happened that the place where we live is called Bainbridge Island, and I live in Gig Harbor too. And there happened to be a publishing coach that literally lived 10 miles from home. So it was kind of serendipitous how it all kind of came together.
Yeah.
And he ultimately helped us with finding the people to be able to design the cover and edit. It needs to be edited. It was edited by another gentleman by the name of Tyler Tischler. But no, it's all Tyler. His book.
Yeah, my publishing coach also had a son who is my age, and we used to go to high school together. I was pretty surprised that the goofy kid had a dad that also does publishing coaching. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I thought it was a cool experience. Of me and my publishing coach, Patrick Snow.
Is the book just about you and your thoughts and the way you see the world, or is it about everybody with autism?
Well, autism is a little bit different. Some are, high functioning, like who can still talk and who can still run, do all these different stuff. And there are low functioning who have trouble, talking or have trouble, moving around, all that stuff. So there's different levels of stuff. So with this book, I kind of wrote like a first person perspective on what it's like. And I even wrote little stories here and there too, to see, to show, what was in my thoughts. And these little stories are based on, true events, but mix it with some fiction as well. Yeah.
How's the response been?
Oh, how's the response been? It's been really good, actually. It's been very positive. It's it's a good process. My coach Patrick Snow, he's pretty still proud of it. Getting the book out and selling over 4,000 copies. But yeah, so far it's been going pretty good. Yeah, I like to think of it as kind of a casual way. I don't think of it as a big deal. I just think of it's a pretty fun experience. It's been really fun. Hearing from people and seeing how the book came about. It feels really nice. It's been pretty great.
4,000 print copies that actually have been sent to people. In fact, Tyler and I this morning, one of the things I believe in is that, um, you know, Tyler needs to actually see this, right? So he's literally put labels on envelopes. And on top of that, there's now a couple thousand ebooks that are out, as well. So it's been a really interesting experience. All of that ultimately kind of comes from Facebook. So there's about 29,000 people that seen his video, or not seen as like his video. There's about 100,000, 107,000 so far that have seen it. And this is all kind of new to us, but what's happened is there's now a lot of requests that come in for Tyler. Like do y'all get the mini pages here at all? It's a syndicated, it's mainly towards children. It's a children's column, basically. But distributed about 500 different papers and to the vast majority of schools across the country as a learning tool. And they were very gracious to put a article in there about just what autism is, and Tyler was able to talk with them. So it's just been all sorts of fun experiences,